Awareness Session of IET Cipher 2025. IET Cipher is an initiative under IT on campus IIT designed to foster innovation, collaboration, skill development among the students in the fields of engineering and technology, where the students can engage in hands on learning, solving real world problems, and develop critical technical skills. We are much excited to invite you to the awareness session of IT Cipher that is to begin shortly. This session will give you an insight into what IET Cipher is all about, our vision, opportunities, and how you can become a part of this great initiative. To begin with, I'm pleased to introduce our speakers of the day, Ms. Shrutisha Sundareswaran, the President of IIT on Campus IIT, and Mr. James Mota, the Director of Finance of IIT on Campus IIT. IIT Cypher is a great opportunity to learn, connect, and be a part of the initiative that bridges engineering, technology, and innovation. Join us today and take the first step towards something very exciting. To begin the day's proceedings, now I pass controls to our moderator, Mr. James Mota. Over to you, James.
Right. Thank you so much, Ravindi. So, hi everyone. Wishing you all a very good evening. I'm James Mota and I'm the Director of Finance. So, okay, I get that everyone is here to speak, to listen and share our insights on the upcoming event IET Cipher. But before I go any further, can I have a raise of hands, those who are from outside of IET? If we could have a raise of hands, those who are outside from IET, so that I can better cater to you during my presentation. Right, okay. So I can see there are a few hands being raised. Thank you so much for your feedback. Thank you so much. Right, so you can lower your hands. So, so for the benefit of those who are not from IET, I think it's best if we can give you guys a little introduction on what IET is in the first place before we jump into the main jump into the main scope of today's meeting, which is to discuss about IET Cipher, right? Yes, thank you for pulling up the slides, Ravindi. So, what is IET? Yes, so IET stands for the Institution of Engineering and Technology. But as how I would like to see it, I think of it as this certain hub where people who are interested in engineering and technology can come together and they can learn so much. They can learn about the respective fields that I mentioned earlier, engineering and technology, and they are able to grow together and thrive together as one. And we at IET, we give you just that. And also, IET on campus IIT was started in 2020. We have had various hackathons such as Google Hashcode, which some of you might be aware about. So that is what that's just to give you a little history on IET on campus IIT. Right. So coming into the main scope of today evening session, which is what is IET Cipher. So I am sure by now many of you would have probably registered for this event, and of course the whole the main aim of today's meeting is an awareness session, so that you as our potential participants will be able to understand the day's proceedings, and you will be able to understand what our event is and what do we expect from you as a participant, right? So coming into what is IET Cipher. So IET Cipher it's a coding competition, right? So it's a coding competition which we as IET we are very proud to introduce. So this will be held quarterly. So we'll be having one in March, which is scheduled for the 21st. We'll be giving you more details on that, the date and the venue and such. And then we also have so of course this event it's there to mainly assess your coding skills, right? We we'll be testing you mainly on data structures and algorithms. So we have a team who has been working very hard on these questions, and these questions have been specifically tailored to you, right? So of course, regarding the questions, it will be on the basics of data structures and algorithms. So if you could, topics will be assessed from the basics. So, this event is held quarterly, like I mentioned earlier. There'll be one session in March, which is on Friday, the 21st, and there'll be another session in August as well. So, those who have missed out during this term, you can join for the event on August. Yes, so that is what IET Cipher is. It's basically a coding competition where you are able to join and you are able to win prizes as well, right? For your hard work. And we have a very, very exciting prize for the first place as well. More details on that in a few minutes. I'll come to that. Right. So moving into my next slide. Why should you join IET Cipher? So yes, you all know the main prize by now, right? So, but all of us here at IET, we don't want you to join this just for the prize, right? So now, like I mentioned earlier, we at IET we want to see growth. We want everyone to grow together. And how do we do that? By giving you this coding competition. So of course, we want to see you guys. You want to see how well you have prepared for this event, how well you will answer the questions which are thrown your way, which is held through HackerRank, by the way. My colleague, Ms. Shrutisha, she will explain a little more on that as we go forward. So, of course, you are able to sharpen your coding skills. So, I've told you what you will be assessed on. It's mainly the basics of data structures and algorithms. So, it's best if you could do your research and attend the event. And then, of course, yes. So let me reiterate the number one prize. So there's been a lot of confusion regarding the first place prize. So basically, what we do is we are doing this through HackerRank, and there is a leaderboard, and whoever emerges first, their CV, their curriculum vitae, will be sent to a top IT company, and the company will they will decide if you are good enough for their role, and based on that you will be selected for an interview. So what we are doing is we are being the middleman here, and we are basically telling the company, okay, look here, this person, they have answered all of these questions very well, so we would like you to definitely consider them, and they definitely stand out from the rest of the participants because they have really good coding skills and they are able to answer questions. So of course, so we are basically being the middleman here, right? So that's the first place prize, by the way, and of course there are cash prizes, which again my colleague Shrutisha will explain as we go along. So, and also we would like to tell you another important factor. So the questions which you will be assessed on, these questions are questions which have been asked during hiring interviews from these top IT companies. So once we give your CV for consideration to the IT companies, then they will know, right? Because the student was able to answer all of the questions which was the questions which is normally given to given to students during hiring interviews. So this way the company actually knows that you're competent and you're not just good at coding skills, you are good in questions which have been asked during hiring interviews, and because of that you are automatically boosted, right. So moving into my next slide, it's the basics, right? the main overview. Uh, so of course, the event will be on Friday, which is this Friday. It will be at 5 LB. We'll be starting at 4 p.m. But it would be best if everyone could be there at 3:15 p.m. because we'll be running through registrations, and as you all know, queues will be polling up. So it's best if you are there bright and early at 3:15 p.m. so that we can start registrations, and you will be able to get in time, and we'll be able to accommodate you as well, right? So it will be held at GP Square 5LB on the 21st of March 2025, which is this Friday, just a few days ahead. So it's about high time if you guys could get ready with the basics for data structures and algorithms, like I mentioned earlier. So you'll be tested on very basic topics related to data structures and algorithms. But although I say basic topic, there will be a wide variety of questions based on difficulty as well, right? So just to summarize everything for you, just very quickly. So GP Square 5LB on the 21st of March, which is this Friday at 3:15 p.m. Be there on time so that we can start the day's proceedings, and we can start early and finish early, and we can make the event a success, and it can be a truly productive session, and you will be able to, of course, uh, gain some skills, and you will be able to win exciting prizes as well, like I mentioned earlier, the first place prize. So it's definitely something worth competing for. I hope you guys definitely feel that way, because it's a really good opportunity for you guys, especially the second year students, right? Okay, so that's about all that is for me. So I would now like to hand the baton on to my colleague Shrutisha Sundareswaran. Thank you so much, guys.
Sorry, Shruti, you're not audible.
So I'll be starting from the rules and regulations. And number one is that the solutions, the participants must register before the deadline. And we have created a deadline, and hopefully that everyone has registered everything before the deadline, and the deadline is today. And apart from that, all the participants must be present half an hour before the commencing of the competition. Now, we really ask you to be there half an hour before the competition, because we are setting things up in the hacker rank, and not everyone has used hacker rank before, and not everyone, I don't think everyone would have had an account over there. So, in order to just make things more smoother for us, we really encourage you guys to be there half an hour before, and we need to have these things on IIT Wi-Fi. So your IIT Wi-Fi passwords and everything should be there. So just to be on the safer side, guys, we really encourage you there to be at least around half an hour before the competition. And apart from that, the competition is individual based. So this is not a group competition. Again, as I'm mentioning, it's individual. And as I said, individual, everyone must bring their laptops and your ideas as well. So we'll be having this on the GP Square. So the Spencer students and all. So it's better if you bring your ID, and yes, definitely you must bring your laptops, and make sure your laptops is decently charged for the next 2 to 3 hours of the hackathon, because we have almost 100 people signed up for this. So I don't think you guys will be having places to charge and everything. So it's highly recommended if you guys could do that. And you don't have to worry because we'll be giving the index numbers and we'll be having the invigilators to guide you all, so you don't need to worry about that. So a laptop's and a fully charged laptop and just being there half an hour before would do perfect. And apart from that, the competitors must register with the valid details. And the entire competition has a very strict time limit. So this is one of the main aspect in our competition. So the late submissions will not be accepted. And another thing is that you cannot run your code externally on any other local places like VS Code or IntelliJ. It's simply because for the people who are not aware of using a hacker rank, so in that platform, you don't have to actually use any other external resources because there's enough space over there where you can send your code and you can review it. So there's no need for that. So there should be only one tab that is open in your laptops. That is the hacker rank, and there will be invigilators to check in case if people are like cheating or using any AI tools and everything like that. And following up, the other some of the rules is that the solutions must be submitted through the HackerRanks platform only. So external submissions will not be accepted. And apart from that, the participants must write their own code, and copy pasting from external sources like AI generated code, it is strictly prohibited. And any participants found in engagement and malpractices, they will be immediately be disqualified from the competition. And no electronic devices are used either. The plagiarism detection tools will be used, so the violators will be disqualified as well. And please ensure that you are connected with the IIT Wi-Fi. The main reason is that because it's much more easier to handle if everyone uses the IIT Wi-Fi, and that will be much more easier for us as well because we'll be giving you guys a URL link where you can reach to that competition in the hacker rank. So that is pretty much is the rules and regulations of these competitions, and you don't have to worry because again we'll be telling this on the day we are commencing the competition as well. And moving on next, I'll be discussing about the prizes for the winners. And so for the first place, we have 15,000 rupees cash prize, and for the second place we have 10,000 rupees, and for the third place we have 5,000 rupees. Now this is something we're having it twice in a year, so that is why we're having this amount, and plus along with that your CV is also being considered for the potential interviews as well. So I would personally see this as a win-win situation because, and you guys have ample of time to get ready and at the same time, to score well. So this is a great opportunity for you guys. And this the first three places, it could be anyone among you guys or whoever who's taking part in it. So all I would just say is just be honest to yourself and actually learn the the real knowledge in the data structures and algorithms. This is going to be hard. We're just going to be because we have discussed with a couple of lecturers just to make sure this is within your capacity for the first and second years, and accordingly we'll be giving like equal, well distributed marks as well. So all I would say is that do very well, and I wish you guys a very good luck for the event, and hope you guys would show up and make this event really successful. And that is the part for myself. That's it. Thank you.
Guys, any questions?
Guys, if you have any questions, please you can ask them right now itself.
You can use the chat box or you can raise your hand, guys. are reaching the concluding remarks of the IT Cipher Awareness Session. As I mentioned before, we strongly believe that all of you have a very clear understanding of our vision, objectives, and incredible opportunities that awaits you. IT Cipher is more than just a platform. It's a movement towards innovation, collaboration, and technological excellence. A huge thank you to our speakers of the day, Ms. Shrutisha Sundareswaran and Mr. James Mota, and for our enthusiastic participants. And we hope to see you on the day of the competition. And on behalf of IET on campus IIT, I wish you all the very best. Thank you, everyone, once again, and wishing you all a great evening.